Okay. Thought I'd try live streaming standing up today, since I have a standing desk. So the first addiction is that every day you gotta go in here. Well, actually every 8 hours is what they want, but you know, I'm not doing that. And deploy extractors to get these materials that you need for making stuff. So I pretty much do the same ones every time. I know I need that hexanon because it's the only planet that has it, and I 100% need as much of these mutagen samples as I can get. And then the other one is, I believe it's neurodes or something, which you can get from a variety of places. Not that one. It's Saturn. No, that's the Oricon cells. I do play Warframe. In fact, I've played Warframe for years, including at release when it was terrible. So I've been through the ups and downs of Warframe. As you can see, I'm, what do you call it? What is this thing called? 21, whatever it is. There's the neurodes. 21, whatever it is. There's the neurodes. Need those. I'll just do a Titan and hope for the best. So, typically, I'll just run Void Fishers and stuff, but the Iatan treasure is available, so I'm going to go do that first, which means I'm going to go equip my Loki Prime. Where are you, buddy? There he is. Loki Quiet. In case you're wondering how I built this guy, it's basically to stay invisible 100% of the time. Oh, you're one of the founders. Nice. Oh, you mean when it first... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the improvements over time, especially the story editions, have been amazing. And I love their devotion to their player base in that regard. Good morning, Atakan. Atakan Demir. You sound like a character from a fantasy novel. Atakan Demir. Of the Privateers. Wait, what am I doing? I10. There it is. So I always do this one, because I like... It's the best source of endo, and also, for whatever reason, whenever I run the I10 treasure thing, the little gems that you put in them drop way more often than on anywhere else. Ooh, the lag. I wonder if that's because I'm streaming. I bet it is. What is my FPS? It says I'm getting 100 frames. Oh, it is dipping though. Oh well. Let's go on the mission. So, I'm a little rusty on some of the missions, so I've actually failed this in the past 2 weeks, which was super embarrassing, but when you fail, they just let you do another one. The only issue is that I try to clean the whole thing while I'm going through it, and it can be very frustrating when I fail it. So, to prevent any embarrassment, I think I will rush to the goal and just get that done first, and then I'll sweep back.
Okay, the Itan treasure's marked on your map. Time to go to work.
I really can't help myself.
Nobody knows.
Oh. Hey! It's been a while since I've seen one of those. Maybe I'll sweep this bottom area because it's actually tough to get back this far. Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's no doubt in my mind that an Iatan treasure lies somewhere in this And yet, who would have set foot in this place for all the Iatan in the system? You, on the other hand.
You see that? Right away. I swear they drop more often here. I don't want this appearing. 1 second, I gotta mute. How do I mute all notifications online? A lot of people play for the routine. I just fell in love with the story, and especially the Lotus. It's all incredibly written. I agree. And the only reason that I'm playing for the routine now is that I've gotten through, I think, probably some of the best parts of the story, and I'm trying to get through the rest of the story, but it's stuff I don't like doing. There we go. Mute all notifications. Hopefully that doesn't pop up anymore. Not that I'm getting super private messages or anything, but you never know. Ah! Okay. The, whatever lag is definitely impacting my bullet jump abilities here. Excuses, excuses, I know. Oh. Wait, how deep does this go? Okay, that's the end of it. Okay, now we can go up the elevator and rush to the actual event. Bullet jump 150 times? Alright.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh no, not a heavy unit. Look at that. Another one. Within the first 100 meters. Oh, this is one of those secret rooms. Should probably do this one while I'm here. And in case you don't know, on this particular mission, I've been told that these have a higher chance of dropping cool stuff. So that's why I always try to be thorough when I play this Iatan treasure thing. I have it on good authority. Hey, Mercy. Just doing basically the weekly Iatan treasure thing. I'm definitely over-investing in the early part of this because there's a possibility you fail, and it's not fun when you do. Where is it? This way. By the way, how blurry is it for you guys? I've upped my bitrate to 5000, but this game, you do a lot of fast movement, and I don't imagine it's gonna matter too much. Hey! Huh.
Stay focused. There's a unit approaching.
Gotta keep an eye out. Sometimes, there was one time where I found an Iatan statue while I was going to do the Iatan little mission thing at the end here. I used to be very good at finding them, but I found that my skills for this game have atrophied. Maybe I'm just getting old, though. What a sad thing.
Juggernaut nearby. It will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to go away.
I'll kill it. Here it comes. I've got the Piranha Prime. I've never struggled with that, so should be easy.
Juggernaut, I think you made it angry. Good work.
Whoops. That might be a problem. Where is it? I definitely don't want to start the... I don't want to start the bad part. When moving, it's kind of pixely. I'm always moving, though. That's the... Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. I think what I need to do is get a capture card if I'm going to stream high-intensity games like Warframe. Which, I still don't know what the best capture card is for that. Is he? Alright, I don't know where the Juggernaut is, so I'm just gonna
Well, this should be fun.
do this. Oh shoot.
First, you know, number up.
This is the jumping one. Okay, let's go. Oh boy. Oh, I might have done fucked up. No, I got it. There. So if you don't get into that little thing there, which it has a door that's closing. Oh, nice.
There's an I-10 nearby.
If you don't get in there before it closes, you
Got it. Now
don't get the I-10 statue, and you lose the mission, like automatically
Stay
lose.
focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested incoming.
I switched to the flamethrower. I don't know where that Juggernaut went, but he's not coming here. The enemies on the mission are generally easy, so that's not the... That's not the... Is this a secret? What is this? Oh. Yeah, it tricked me. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, is your name from something? Is it from like a fantasy novel, perhaps? I'm just not familiar with it. Or maybe I am and I just don't know it. So at this point I'd like to clear heavily. Just because of the drop rates seem to be way higher for certain things in here. Certain rare things. It's one of those things that might be boring to watch, but is... I don't know. It appeals to my nature, I suppose. Where I like to complete things. Whoa. Two Orkin Cell. Warcraft 3 Collector's Edition was the first game I ever bought with money I earned on my own, and then learned a secret about the box itself. A secret about the box? What's in the box? Is that a... Ah. Whoa. I'm still wondering where the charger went. Oh. mutagen sample. I need as many of those as I can get. Since they dropped here, I'm going to go back. I know I could complete the mission right now, but... Did I clear everything? It looks to me like I covered everything. Oh well. Alright, I'm done here. We'll get on with more interesting stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I can stay invisible the entirety of the time with a, what is it, 35-second cooldown. The time that I found the extra statue in the mission, by the way, it was right there next to the exit. Oh. Yeah, some of the lore is annoying to get through, but that big reveal in the middle is kind of exactly what I was hoping for from this sort of game. Shitness Husk? Did I kill him? That comes from the... I must have one-shot him. I didn't realize he was that weak. I guess it's because it's this mission doesn't have very high-level monsters in it, because it's more about the acrobatics. Wait, why am I running here? I just need to go back to my ship. It's Turkish and it means blood of the ancestors. It's your real name, but your Orc Hunter in WoW Vanilla is also called that on an RP PvP server. Turkish? I'm obviously not familiar with the Turkish language, so no wonder I didn't recognize it. Atakan Demir. Am I saying that correctly? Atakan Demir? Or is there some accents in there that I'm not picking up? So, yeah, let's talk about this a little bit. So, you can see here, I got a ton of different setups here. The main ones that I use are Frosty, Frost Prime for survival, Loki for any stealth missions, and Octavia for farming. Though sometimes I do Necro, but I don't have Necro Prime yet, which is something I've tried to work on. And then really most of my time is spent just opening Void Fissures and then playing and then leveling up stuff to see if it's a more interesting Warframe for me, which generally speaking it hasn't been. They just haven't been all that interesting for me. I like that auto install, but it's got a bug where it sometimes inserts them backwards. I always thought that was funny. Anyways, I only sell them when I need endo, so I'm just sitting on these and I collect them all up and then sell them all at once. I also haven't done a cleaning over here, so we'll just sell some stacks of these. I do this at least once a week, I suppose. It's kind of ridiculous how many of these build up. I don't know why I keep 20 of them, but I feel like that's a good number to have on hand. And then I just stop when I get through, when it stops being reasonable to do. C is the last name and means iron. Arakandamir C. Interesting. I hope those aren't actually cuss words. Demirka. Like that. Or Demirsa. Because C in English, C has a couple ways to say it. Because English is stupid. Alright. So now I would level up this Warframe. And generally I would do that through survival or defense missions, so we'll go do this one. And then generally I would, if I'm trying to do something like, am I trying to do this one? I don't think I am. I think normally I just do it by the number of owned, and I just pick the one where I have the most and then run that. And if I'm too close to 1,000, I'll start upgrading them. But I'm just going to run whatever I have the most of, because I don't really care. It's really the randomness of whoever's there with me, who knows what they're carrying, and who knows what we'll get from the drops. So it's like gambling every time. Ooh, laggy. I wonder where that bottom starship comes from. I think I'd like to get that one.
You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
I'm gonna wait till the other guys... I like to wait till other people trigger it. That way I don't feel like, you know, if someone was waiting. Because since I'm the weakest one, presumably, I don't want to... Oh, this gun, every mission now, it's a guy with that boom, boom, boom gun.
Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open the relic.
I'm running the Cuirass Prime Dagger. It does a lot of frickin' damage for a dagger. I'm super impressed with it. I do have to be careful. This character doesn't have a lot of hit. He doesn't have any shields, so he's all hit points, and then he doesn't really have a lot of healing stuff that I can see, or at least not at level 1. Nothing going on there. It doesn't look like we have anyone who's particularly good at farming stuff, so I'm a little bit worried about getting enough of the stuff we need. Because you need the 10 reactant, and sometimes it doesn't drop as much as you would like. We're already on the 3rd wave and I only have half, so that's a bad sign immediately. Warframe it doesn't just look overcomplex, it is overcomplex. And if I were them, I would simplify a lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. And there's a lot of like... Oh, that's not a bad guy. There's a lot of user experience issues, if I'm being honest, that in... Oh, cracked the relic. That's good. There's a lot of user experience issues that could be, if they were resolved, would simplify the game immensely. Where am I being attacked from? Shit. But I've never seen a game so successfully do Space Ninja in my life. Do I know Dawn to Glow? Is that a... I don't think so. It doesn't sound like someone I know. Unless it's like a pseudonym? No? Never heard of Sandy. Are these joke names? They sound like joke names to me. Okay, I can't reach the... I want to cast this, but there's nothing to cast it on because they're killing everything too fast. God damn it. I'm just going to cast it right here and then cast this. It doesn't do anything. I think you have to catch people in this area of effect first, and then you can cast number 2. Let's see. Oh. Okay. It ate him. Okay, now I'm going to run around and open these things. No, someone beat me to it. Someone thinks like me. Wait, is that a bad guy? Where is he? I saw a red one. I don't know. The combat's great. The main issue with the combat is that if you don't build your character correctly, you're just totally ineffective. Like, you can't do anything. And it's super, super frustrating for new people. And when I've tried to introduce people to the game, they always hit this brick wall. And that's where, if you're not min-maxing, you're kind of useless. Which is one of the issues with the game. I don't have Scourge Prime, so I'll go for that, since they're all what I call shit tier, because it's brown. Let's keep going. Oh, why, Lonely Wing? Why? Why? Stick with us. Stick with us. It sucks when someone leaves after one wave, because the best rewards are in the third. And if you're farming like I am, and just cranking through these, you want as many options as you can get. Because each person puts up a relic, and then each relic is cracked open, and you can choose from any of the 4. So we're basically losing an entire slot, the slot machine, which is super annoying. What? I'll order it in an hour or so. Because we just ate. I'm live, by the way. Oh, shit. Daughter's got a sweet tooth. Magnetic, not very good against him. Very good against him, though. Oh, let's open these. I think we lost our AoE. Yeah. But yeah, there's a steep-ass learning curve to this game. Maybe the steepest I've ever seen. But it is worth it. That's the thing. Like, oh jeez, damn it! I like getting the last kill. A little friendly competition, right? Is this taking damage? It is. That's worrisome. Fodder. Unlocked parasitic link. Just zap him with it. There's a couple abilities that you control people with in this game, and I think Parasitic Wing might be one of them. Because it basically makes them take damage from the damage I take. Okay. This guy again. Okay. Okay. We're switching to the Piranha because we need to get through those shields in time. You basically need to have something that shoots quickly. Okay, no problem cracking the relic. That's good news. We're on wave 7, so we've still got 3 more waves to go before this one opens. But at least we know it's already done, which is always... That was always something I had to worry about in the past. What is going on with these guys? Why are they stopping over here? Oh, because I unlocked it. I got the infinite. May as well just hold it down. I always get confused with those robot ones. Robot companions. Are you hiding? What's going on here? What do I think about VTubers? They're cool. I think it's pretty cool that you can basically pretend to be an anime character now. It's kind of the future that I was like expecting 10 years ago, to be honest with you. Where we would, you know, you're playing World of Warcraft, you're playing as that character, right? Oh, shoot. Alright, right now. Okay. Oh, this is bad. Why are they getting here? But yeah, I like VTubers. I did an interview with Pipkin Pippa, who is a VTuber, which was a pretty interesting experience for me. And I used to watch Code Miko. I don't want to be mean, but I kind of lost interest for some reason. Oh, jeez. Oh, are these getting too tough for me? No, can't be. Should I go pick that up? I don't think so. Holy shit. Okay, this is getting serious, and this is supposed to be my side, so... Not that we declared it my side, but yeah. Anyways, VTubers are cool. I'm probably gonna become a VTuber. Not like... I mean, I'm not gonna drop this channel and become like a full-time VTuber, but I might... open a second channel that is a VTuber kind of thing. I've got face rig and everything set up, and I'm waiting to get some art back. It just takes a long time because I'm using Fiverr for that, and so, you know, not always the most professional thing. So that'll be interesting. Let's see, doing this one. What's my taste? What's your taste, Dave? What do you think makes a good game that captures your curiosity and keeps you playing? What are your favorites in the different genres that you share your favorite games? So, for me, it's story. If a game has a good story, I'll work through almost anything to get to the rest of the story. So I have a very high tolerance for walking simulators that I know a lot of people don't have. Because oftentimes they're telling really interesting personal stories, and I really like the new wave of adventure games that we're seeing because of that. That said, I do like shooter elements, and I love RPGs. And that's typically because RPGs are always telling really good stories, just in general. Oops. This is getting hinky. I think we're going to have to stop in this last wave. I don't think we'd survive another wave. Yeah, look at that. It's chewing through the health. I'll just ask them to be nice. So in terms of genres, my top three are basically RPGs, especially ones with adventure elements. It doesn't matter what I pick here. And especially tactics RPGs, I think, are some of my favorites. I recently worked on Wasteland 3. I mean, recently. And it was cathartic to get to work on another tactics RPG. Let's see if we have Scourge Prime. I don't think we do. And then adventure games. I used to love adventure games, but they became kind of formulaic and less interesting over time. Like they did, who was it? Tim Schafer. They did I forget what it's called, but the one where it's like a kid and like it's supposed to be something age. And whoops, shoot, what was it? Hard to talk, hard to think and do things. Scourge. Let's see if I have it. Scourge. Wait, what? What? That's weird. Why is it not in my inventory? Has it not been verified by the server yet? Not sure what that's about. Anyways. RPGs, adventure games got tired. And I like shooter elements in my RPGs. So Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games. And actually I thought about it again recently and I realized that Disco Elysium has been my favorite game. It's just that it was such a one-time experience for me. And I don't have a real desire to play again because I feel like I got my story out of it. But that was definitely a super cathartic game for me that I really enjoyed. It was like an adventure game where they removed all the dumb kind of stuff and they added multiple layers of RPG into it. But not like RPG like building your stats to do more damage, but like RPG and like these are psychological things that you're going down, like detective kind of thinking paths. And I really, really enjoyed that because it was like a new twist on an RPG with like adventure story elements. What kind of music do I like? Okay, yeah. I'm very eclectic in my music tastes. It can typically I like female singers, but Nirvana's always going to be one of my favorite bands, and Death Cab for Cutie. So depressing emo shit, I guess, would be the main genre. But yeah, I mean Radiohead, but also chick singers, and I got more into more acoustic female singers recently. Find that interesting because you as a game designer sees directly the things that normal players do not see, so it's harder to convince you, or kind of feels a bit like a MOBA with all the abilities in PvE. Oh, you mean Warframe? Games with a good story often stand the test of time. Yeah, and yes, it was Broken Age. I played that and didn't enjoy it as much as I would have hoped, and it's because of in the adventure genre, there's this what would I call it? A problematic design thing wherein they purposefully make a kind of there's dumb logic basically. So and if you can't figure out the dumb logic, then it gets really annoying. I can't think of a real world good example, but there was something in Sam and Max where you had to play a record at a certain point.
You must defend our equipment until reinforcements
Oh, do they
arrive.
have them here?
Void fishers. You
I'm
need
gonna
them
look
to
for
open
syndicate
the weapon.
medallions, I
But
guess.
Are you confident you can withstand their fury?
I'm a hunting.
You fought the fisher.
If you see them and I don't, let me know. Ooh, the lag. I don't see it.
The enemies are dropping reinforcements.
It should appear as treasure on the map, right? Scan. Hmm. Sometimes no syndicate medallions spawn, or they're just somewhere that I can never find them, so it's hard to know when to give up.
Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic.
Yeah, point and click logic. I Disco Elysium is, for me, a game that solved that. And that's, I think, why I was so... that's why I appreciated it so much. They had a design solution for something that people like Tim Schafer didn't. And so he gets all this credit for, like, adventure games and stuff. Like, he's the sort of the adventure game guy, which I don't think even he particularly agrees with or wants. But it's new people who need to solve these issues, because as a game designer, you know, I'm old. I know it, and sometimes I don't see the best solution because I'm just used to some of these tropes. And only people who are not used to the tropes can really figure out a good path to getting around them. Sometimes it takes fresh eyes, I guess you would say. That would be the trope of that. Really? I wonder if they're getting annoyed with me running around instead of helping. Probably not. Okay, if there's a medallion here, I cannot frickin' find it. Sometimes they hide them in the brush. Oh, you know what? It's just the ribbon. There isn't a syndicate medallion here. This isn't a syndicate mission. God damn it, I'm an idiot. I forgot how that works, for whatever reason. You watch someone play a point and click, and common problem is the designers thinking of and requiring extra steps. Yeah, exactly. It's those extra steps. If they make logical sense, it's no big deal. But oftentimes, it requires such a leap in logic that there's no way anyone would ever figure it out. No, this is wave 5. I need to get that. Cracked.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I like to warn people. Sometimes people forget to crack their blocks.
Reinforcements available.
Even though that's the whole point of this.
Choose
Yeah.
to leave now or continue fighting.
Yeah, the game, it feels like the game's telling you you were wrong to think the way that you were thinking, even though it might have been a viable solution. And that is my biggest frustration with a lot of adventure games. It takes a really strong narrative designer to sort of make sure that all of the solutions to all the problems are very, very reasonable and logical, or at least make sense in some fashion. This is some serious lag right here. I don't think I'll get to pick. I think it's going to run out of time before I see it. That's super annoying. It's worth trying the old LucasArts games, but pull up GameFAQ on your second display. Good to experience once. Yeah, I agree. And in fact, some of them were extremely well... How the fuck? Who didn't crack their relic? There's 4 people in this mission. One of them didn't crack their relic, and I know there was 10. Okay, fine. Guess that's that. Sometimes there's bots, I've been noticing. But yeah, there's actually several good adventure games. I think the original Sam & Max was great, but there are a couple situations where the logic just doesn't ring true for me. There's Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. That was actually really good. And there was a Star Trek one that was good, and there was like a science fiction one that was really good. I forget the name of it though. I've heard Day of the Tentacle is really good, but I haven't played it. And there was another one, Grim Fandango, that everyone adores, and they did a remaster of that one. So maybe that's the one to play. A lot of the old games did not make sense in any way. Was win by brute force. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I would say that we have to consider that the game industry was in its infancy at the time. You know, it was still a bunch of people who were new to making games, figuring things out. And now they're legends. Now they know a lot of these solutions. But back then they didn't know. They were just trying to figure shit out like we are. But thankfully, people like me and you guys, if you're going to be a game developer, can build upon the back of what they learned during that time and what we learned from those games. So it's definitely a generational iterative process, much like anything, I suppose. Full Throttle's the other one, yeah. The Neverhood and Armakrog. I'm not familiar with those. Well, I haven't played every game, so... Oh, I missed this one. Isn't that a risk of top-down design? Oh, you mean the illogical stuff? Yeah, it can be. So there's an incorrect way to use top-down design, and that's where you set everything in stone. That's where you set everything in stone very early on, and as these things come up, as you start developing and building towards these things, some stuff stops making sense. But because it was decided long ago, everything's already in place for it and the assets have already been built, so you're kind of stuck with it. And I think that's where often a lot of those problems came from, is that it was part of the production cycle, part of the production plan, and it's just too late to change. So, Nell Prime Barrel. No Prime Barrel. I do have some. Oh, it's the gold one. Shit. Excuse me. The delay makes this harder. Yeah, it does. I don't mean it as a bad thing. How people play games has changed today. Back then, part of it was to make the games last longer, I suspect. Yeah, there's some of that. They definitely were, what do you call it? They need to put a certain number on the box, for lack of a better... There's 2 different ones? All right. Well, I mean, sure. Okay. Okay, Aki, K10, Axie, K10, and K9. So we're going to run for the Nell Prime Barrel because I'm close to building it and I want it. I like the Nell because it does this ding when you shoot them in the head. It sort of appeals to me in a weird way. There's an Axie defense mission, so we're going to take that one. And now we're going to go by refinement and grab the... We'll start with the K9s because there's less of them. And we'll just pray we get it. That's Ala Tararlex. Oh, it's a lot of relics. Yeah, I really like... So, it's a really well-designed system that people kind of miss out on. But it's like gacha. Because you've got a bunch of... like little loot boxes. People don't realize that, but yeah, it's like a little loot box with... Oh shit, there's people here. Okay. It's like having a little loot box. Why did this get triggered? Someone did this. Why am I the only one here? This is worrisome. Fuck. What is going on? Okay. Just struggling here. Big struggle. We're not going to get to fifth wave. It's just, what is going on? Okay. Gotta focus a little bit, because apparently I'm carrying this one. And unfortunately I don't have a good mission. This is not the character that I would want to carry with. If I had Octavia it wouldn't be an issue, but this is... I was leveling up a Nidus Prime. It's a little greedy. Okay, the other guys got here, so... Oh shit. Reloading. Okay, we got a Necros. That should help a lot. I am a little bit worried that we're taking too much damage here. Team play is great. It's one of the few games where I think they did a really good job, especially given the time period that this game was made, of making you want to work together and feeling a connection with your fellow players. Whoops, jeez. Okay, this mission's a mess. No one's gonna stay past the next wave. We will crack the relic though, so that's a good sign. But that's just because we got a Necros. In case you're wondering, I have an obsession with opening everything I can on a mission like this. All red. Normally I would have a dog equipped who opens these. Oh, there we go. That is dope. Relic cracked. Good sign. Oh, no one is protecting this. I gotta stay here, I guess. Oh shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I have time to look? There's only one more set. Ah! 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 Maybe I already did that one. Whew. Oh, that's interesting. There's something about this game where it's really hard for me to spot enemies sometimes. They sort of blend in. Ugh. Well, since there's nothing in it, I guess it doesn't do anything. I read all the abilities and I still don't understand what they do. 3, 4? I don't even think I have my 4th ability yet. Oof. No? Okay. What is missing here? Got him. Skana? I don't know what Skana is. I tried Warframe first in beta, ran into some major bugs, put you off the game, thought it sucked. Glad to return after a long hiatus. Yeah, I had the same experience. When I first played, it was... Yeah, it was really shit. Like, I was trying to do stealth stuff. Like, I was trying to play it like a stealth game. And, it was super slow moving, and if you, like, walked at all, they would spot you, and, like, it was super frustrating. And now the stealth is very, very forgiving. Oh shit. And I think it's a much better game for it. I think part of the problem is I'm confusing the Necros guys for actual enemies. Got him. Nope. That one. But you know, it's interesting. The evolution of Warframe is the positive version of games as a service. It's the non-cynical, earnest, we actually care version of what everyone really, really hates about games right now. And it sort of makes everyone think of games as a service as a negative thing. But Warframe is an example of it being done super correctly, where like they just really believed in their vision and they were going to do anything they could to... I'm sticking with this, I guess. Do anything they could to make it into a really good game. Always find it harder in games with lots of skins to identify people fast. Must be a hard problem for devs. Yeah, that's super annoying. Wow, they're actually going for it. I'm not sure this is the best idea, actually. But I'm going to take it, because I want that null prime barrel. It is. It's a hard problem for devs to sort of figure out how to distinguish the players and let them be diverse in appearance without like confusing them as to who enemy is. But honestly, I don't think they've made much effort in that regard. And there's a few obvious things they could do to make it super simple. For example, outlining the enemies in red instead of white. Do you see how they're outlined? It's like a slight white thing, but like if they were just easier to identify as an enemy, you wouldn't misidentify allies anymore. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm not sure we're gonna make this. What am I missing? But yeah, even in this mess, look, I can't even tell what I'm doing.
Style, baby. It's all about knowing who you are and not giving a damn.
But this is, I would say that things like that are an example of where, is it Vicarious Visions? Where they need to hire someone with a lot of years of experience in traditional game development. I know that they have a lot of experience, but I don't think they started in the game industry, or at least a lot of them are not. I don't want to assume too much, but I just feel like they're lacking certain experience, especially in the user experience and user interface areas, or at least it feels that way to me. And you know, that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. But there's a lot of elements of this game that are just overly complicated for no reason and could be simplified with just a few minor changes to how it's displayed or how the interface works, outlines and things like that, and just clarifying everything so that it's not such a mess. Like, it's not that hard to fix this. And it's just sad that they don't. Either they don't know how, or they don't want to spend the time. And I don't think it's the latter. I think they do want to spend the time. I think they would be interested in fixing these issues. But maybe they don't see them or understand them. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I've never worked with anyone from there or with Vicarious Visions itself. Warframe free-to-play is some of the best you've seen. The game feels completely and briskly paced and fun even to free-to-play. Yeah, I didn't pay into the game for a long time. For years, in fact. I finally decided to buy Platinum. Well, A, they gave me a 75% off coupon, and B, I was like, I'm really enjoying this, and I've put in like 150 hours, so I can't say that I didn't get my money's worth already. So I just, you know, gave them like $60 or whatever it was for the most amount of Platinum. And I don't know if you noticed, but I have over 2K Platinum, and it's primarily because of that, and I've just been occasionally using it for XLS adapters and things like that I don't want to put the grind into. Die. Oh. Oh. It's getting hinky. Weird. I hate when you can't find that last enemy. I'm so used to playing Octavia and it just dying on its own somewhere. Oops. Wait. Am I trapped? What the fuck was that? That's your biggest gripe with Warframe. Very convoluted and confusing, especially for new players. Yes, I agree. And they have refined their new user experience a little bit, but they could definitely refine it a lot more. And I think the main issue is that if you come into the game and you had already played in the past, they need to have like a reintroduction scenario where they reintroduce you to the world, the story, where you're at in the story, and how everything works. Just because there's so much stuff that it's almost impossible to. It's impossible to keep up with if you're not constantly playing through every edition. Even me, for example, like right now, my biggest issue and my biggest power gap is in the I can't show you my inventory, can I? Nope, can't do it right now. I'll show you when I get back to the ship. But there's these arcane things that are related to killing the Eidolons, and I'm so far behind on that I can see it when I play with people who've maxed out a couple of arcane builds that like I'm just like many tiers behind now. And it's annoying because no one is farming the Eidolons anymore. At least whenever I've tried to go there, and I can't solo it because I'm just not powerful enough yet, or something, or I'm missing something, or not understanding something. And so I've just got this big gap in my power curve that is effectively unfixable. No, he's immune. This is definitely getting out of hand. Ah. If I'm the DPS, we're in trouble.
Unless you can handle more.
Oh, we're done. I think we're done. The game is huge. It is tough to onboard, but there's some. Oh, thank God! Thank the frickin' gods! It wasn't even me. See, the other guy got it, and now I've got the Null Prime. That makes me happy. Let's go. Let's go. This is too much of a mess. We're not going to make it. I got this one too, so that was good. Good little run. The only two things I needed, and I got both. Yeah, here's the question. Do I need 2 Null Prime barrels? Null Prime. Yep, there we go. Finally. Now I got a secondary weapon building. What was it? Hervis? Shit. This is how bad my memory is. Oh, no. Okay. That'll be embarrassing, because I always fail those. At least a couple times. Let's see. Hystrix. Hystrix Prime. Oh, gotta get the whole thing. Getting Prime gear and high quality mods was ridiculously time consuming. It was easier if you had a good group of people. Yep, absolutely. Especially if you had certain goals and you're like, oh, I need this, and then everyone could check their relics and go, oh, I've got 6 of those. I'll refine those and we'll get you your item. It helps to work together with a group like that. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no one left in my guild, and none of my friends are still playing, as far as I'm aware. And those that are in a kind of far away from the server, or far away from me. So when we connect, if I'm the server, they all lag, and if they're the server, then I lag. And because I'm the main carry in those situations, it's frustrating for everyone, no matter what the situation, because either they're lagging so much that they can't hit their shots, or I'm forced to carry all by myself. But and they don't like playing what do you call it, like AoE stuff. They all are like, oh, I want to do direct damage, I want to be a ninja, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's great and all, but I suppose I could just play Octavia in those situations now. I didn't have Octavia at the time, but now I suppose I can. Let's see, what else? Well, I'm just trying to get him to max rank before I switch to something else. So let's see if there's a survival... No, just that defense mission, which was not going well. Let's try it again, though. Maybe it'll go better this time. Since I don't want to use those. I've got everything from there. I've got everything from there. One second. Oh, okay. Love how the UI keeps shifting and panning and the Arcwing gun sound. Okay, stop gushing in. Yeah, the game does ooze style. But like, it's just a learning curve. So like, let me show you a few things that they could easily sort of fix some stuff. So here's your arsenal. You've got your character, your main weapon, your secondary weapon, your melee. This you don't have to worry about when you start, so don't worry about that for now. And now they've added this, and you do have to worry about this one, which is the Parazon. And it's stupid dumb, but that's correct. It should be stupid dumb. And I don't know if they do this in the onboarding, because I haven't played the onboarding in a while, but this is the one, this is how I would introduce it, where it's like, you put mods in these slots and it gives you benefits, and that's all you need to know. And then the issue is that later on, you sort of have to figure out all this shit. And you have to, if you want to be competitive, you've got to get primed point blank. And the only way to get primed point blank is to learn about Barrow Katir. But I think the onboarding process should take you through all those steps. Yeah, if it doesn't take you through all those steps, then what's the point? Yeah, the Parazon was kind of dumb. But I mean, it could serve a purpose in teaching, because it could be the first thing where it's like, let's teach you hacking, because they do teach hacking during the onboarding. And it's like, they should let you hack one panel and then give you this intruder and show you to slot it, and then you slot it, and then you go hack another panel, and you can see that you have more time. And that's all that it needs to do. And it's like, oh, okay, I have these things in this screen, in this particular screen, and I can upgrade them. And when I do upgrade them, I get benefits. And that's all you really need to know. But there should also be like a hardcore track of like, if you want to be competitive, you need to get this thing. And it should set goals for you. It's like, you need to get primed point blank. And I know it's kind of lame, but it works in mobile, and it works in Destiny too. But basically having the challenges and stuff and you go through the week, and if you get the last thing, and it should be a set of things that you need to be competitive. For example, prime point blank. To be competitive, you have to have primed point blank and what is it? Primed. Oh, these won't work in a shotgun, right? Basically all the ones that maximize your damage. Pistol Gambit is a huge one. And then the other ones can be optional, but like you have to get a set of like, I mean, first it would start with a set of just like the damage ones, like Hornet Strike. You have to have this 100%, and you have to max it out. And that's where I would teach how endo works and all that. Because I think, see you later, Atakan Demir. Wasn't the Parazon linked to that Shadow Mortar style boss system? I don't know. Was it? Anyways, one of the issues that I have with them is that... Where are they? I know I've got some. Yikes. First of all, does mods need to be its own thing? And if mods is its own thing, why do they have... Here they are. So the first mods they give you are broken. They're weak versions of the other stuff. And it's super lame. They shouldn't do that. Don't give me weak versions of other stuff. I think it's super lame that they do that. There's no reason to do this. It's just confusing. It's like a red herring. Like, use this. But actually, no, don't use that. It's a piece of shit. And we call it flawed, so you should know it's a piece of shit. How would they know? So I hate that. They should get rid of that first thing. And then they can teach all of the mod stuff in a simpler way, but also I think they need to simplify a lot of these. Any mod that just doesn't have a use anymore should be probably bounced from the game. I mean, I get it, like their mods were kind of their early... Here's the trap that they fell into. They made mods their early like card pack. Like they thought of them as a card pack, and you have to did they get rid of it maybe? No, here it is. Oh, go ahead. So here, like, this gives you all the cold damage mods. This gives you all the toxin damage mods. Like, it's a way to catch up. Essential Parazon mod bundle? What the fuck is in this? I'm tempted to buy it just to see. I can see there's a bunch of Parazon stuff in there that I don't have. Because I only have 2. I'm not going to worry about it, though. But yeah, look at that. That's what they were... This is kind of what they were banking on selling. But most people don't... Well, actually, I don't know their numbers. Maybe a lot of people do buy these. Transmute Core Pack. A pack of 4 random transmute cores, including one of those in a transmutation, eliminates credit cost and ensures the resulting mod will be of the same polarity as the core. Ah. Fascinating. But yeah, this is the stuff they're selling. When really the only thing they should be selling, in my opinion, are these skins. But I can't really complain. They've found a successful business model. And it works. These are capes that you can add on. This is all for customizing your look. Most of these are for customizing your look and things like that. And you know what? I don't mind them selling the Warframes, I suppose. I'm even tempted to buy a Necromech right now. Because I don't have one yet. I haven't finished those missions. That's how far behind I am. Tenogen. What is this? Are these things they sold at like Tenogen? Or gave to people at Tenogen? Oh, and then they're selling them. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I haven't looked through here in a really long time. So it's all kind of new to me as well. $6.99. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, if that's your favorite favorite Warframe. Prime Resurgence.
Any relics you get. For
Equinox. Ah. What is this? 10 what? 10... What is this? Regal Aya. What is this? Premium quality Aya available from the market. Arzia uses Regal Aya to reconstruct Prime Warframe's equipment. What market?
No pressure. But this stuff might not be here next time.
Hey, what is Aya? It's too confusing. Oh, here it is. What is this? Is this a straight purchase? Purchase Regal Aya. Huh? It took me to the website. Earn in-game or instant access. What does that mean? Aya is for Prime and Vaulting? How do I buy it? It's not clear to me. Like, it's not something I was able to do there with Platinum, so I'm a little confused. Oh, it's a direct money purchase. And it comes with Platinum. Why did they add another fucking currency? That was the last thing they goddamn needed. Yeah, I'd rather just unlock them. I don't need this. But this is just for Aya? Or why is it like, why did they do that? That's so confusing to me. Again, that's another like kind of issue with the game is like now they've added another currency that's only for that one special situation. That's super weird. I don't know why they would do that. It's annoying. Sorry if my desk is shaking. It's a standing desk now. Oh. Somebody messaging me. Do I have a meeting? No. No. Do I? No. Okay. Just checking. I mean, I prefer the Platinum just because then it's an in-game currency and I don't have to like go do anything with a credit card or anything like that. Once I've purchased, and then I can just buy a chunk and go, okay, I'm covered for the rest of my time in this game. And that's, you know, pretty much what I did. Let's see. I really want to finish maxing this guy out before I do anything else. So let's do... Ugh. We'll do this one. This one's awful though, isn't it? I think it is. Screen shake desk. Earthquake, guys! I'm in an earthquake. No, just kidding. Yeah. I thought someone was trying to reach me, but I guess not. Oh. A video of my kid at the aquarium. Oh, this is the worst one. God damn. Oh well. Oh, someone left the squad already. Dickhead. I hate when they do that. Is that a Volt? I haven't seen Volt in a long time.
The enemies are dropping reactors.
Why are people dying way out there?
Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Oh, that's right. This is the one where the checkpoint moves. It's super annoying. This is a good example of where the level design goes counter to the feel of the system design. So the mission is to defend a location, and then the map forces you to move. So you come into the map with the mentality of, I'm going to defend this location, and then you're constantly moving around the map all the time, and it's super annoying. I don't know anyone who enjoys this particular mission, and most people don't want to do it for too long. So it's usually a one-wave situation. And sometimes it's okay to like break from the... It's okay to have like a counter... What do you call it? Counter intuitive thing going on like this. But because the missions are very much it doesn't work. It doesn't work for this one because the expectation for most players coming into these things, they just want to get down to business and go do the thing. And in this case, it's defend. And now you're running around through this really awkward map. It wouldn't be so bad if it were like a steady progression, but then it's a mobile defense mission. So you come into this map expecting a defense mission, but it's actually a mobile defense mission. And it's annoying. If I were to redo it, what I would do is I would make the mobile defense mission have tiers like this. Meaning when you defend one location, and then you have to move to the next location to unlock the next relic. Whereas the current way that the mobile defense mission is done is that you have to defend 3 locations in order to crack 1 relic, and then the mission's over. And that's bad.
The relic has been cracked open.
Oh shit, it moved again.
Mission to find out what's inside. Come on.
They also there's no indication that it moved. Like, the only indication is that the yellow dot moved. And if you're not paying attention to that, you're screwed. So they need to have a audible notification for it as well. The location has moved, Tenno. Defend this area, or whatever the premise of this thing is. I don't even know if there is one. Because it's weird. Why is the defense location moving? Yeah. Grape. Yeah, that is annoying in mobile defense. If someone forgets the thing. What's even worse in mobile defense is when there's one guy who's super gung-ho and he's like super fast and he's built everything to be super fast, and he just grabs the thing and he's gone, and you're like still like loading in almost. You're like, what happened? What's going on? And then this was early on. I haven't had this happen in a long time, but then they would complain like, why weren't you there to defend the location? It's like, because you took off so fast, I didn't even know where to go yet. And those people have no tolerance for that because they're speedsters. See, this guy had to catch up. They should just reclassify this map as a mobile defense mission. And this should be the way that mobile defense is done, as opposed to the... No, I take that back. I prefer the... I prefer that you're moving steadily forward from location to location. And then they should just procedurally generate the next section, open the doors, and then procedurally generate the next one for the next mobile defense area, and design a bunch of really cool defensive locations that way. They won't. There's no way they would change that now. But yeah, I've accidentally dropped the thing without realizing it too. Anytime you have to pick up something, it's like a crapshoot whether I'm gonna fuck it up.
more of the enemy.
There's only 3 of us, so we'll probably quit out. This is really well done. This is like, and here's the reward. Oh, super lucky. Because I just got the Hystrix, what do you call it? Blueprint. So now I need all these. And then they immediately quit out. Right now? That's when you do it? Fucking goddamn, I hope they got disconnected or something and it wasn't like that. They weren't being a dick, they just got disconnected. Oh, shit. That fucked everything up. Okay. Okay, it saved it. It saved it. So at least they're aware of like when things go wrong, they have some catch-alls to make sure that it doesn't totally F the players. So that's good news. We're out. There's no way we're sticking with just 2 people.
You held them all back.
Let's go see if I can build the Hystrix Prime. Boy, I'm not having much luck on leveling him up, am I? Alright, here's the thing. I need to do the level up thing, the mastery rank. Because if I don't and I keep leveling him up, I'm going to miss out on some stuff. Hystrix. Oh, just one more piece. Receiver. Let's go see what that is. Hystrix. Barrel. Oh, it's the rare. Shit. Alright, we'll deal with that later then. Bursa hacking vs extraction UI. The extraction UI during defense missions bleeds over the Bursa hacking, so I accidentally picked continue. Oh no. Yeah, I don't touch those guys anymore because I had some similar issue with that. All 25 waves beat because you couldn't extract. Oh, yeah, that's painful. I feel you. Your favorite levels are the Orkin ones in the Void. It felt like your mind was transcending to another dimension. I like those too, yeah. I especially like the missions that have the secret caches. Because I enjoy just exploring. And that's, you need to do a lot of exploring on those. Alright, what am I going to do here? I have to... I don't know what the level 21 mastery rank is. Let's look it up. Because I don't want to go into it blind. Why is my caps on? I don't really want to watch a video about it. I just want to know what it is. #21. Timed exterminate. This test requires the player to kill 35 enemies before the timer runs out. The player must destroy several orbs with their melee weapons to extend the timer, which spawn in random locations around the map. Glaive, Excalibur. Oh! Very vertical, thus agile loadout is preferred. Ash, Ember, and Serum. Not Octavia? Okay. Sounds tough. I'll probably lose. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. I get it. I think I can do this with Octavia. I'm not sure that's the best weapon for this, though. Definitely not sure about that one either. So let's see here. I could do the... Since you have to hit the orbs with melee, I could do the throwing knives. Where are they? Throwing knives, hello. Throwing knives? Is that a secondary weapon? It's a secondary weapon, never mind. You enjoyed Stranger's Wrath? Yeah, it's a good game. Definitely criminally underplayed. Like hacking up Infested with melee? Yeah, me too. Corpus are very annoying. I hate their stupid shields. But that's why I carry that magnetic... Yeah, it's a fancy helmet. That's why I carry the magnetic shotgun. Let's see, what can I use? I think the best thing would be something like the Skoliak for this. Because it's got a super long range whip. That is a fan. Alright, we'll go with this. And then increase the range. And then I think attack speed will be more important than building up anything. I'll do this. Okay, that should do it. For this, I think... well, I want to be... it's been so long since I've used the sniper rifles, so I don't know how good I'm going to be right now. You know, let's try it, and I can switch to Piranha Prime if it's not going well. Also, probably want to have some hit points on this. Or maybe not, because I will be invisible the majority of the time. Yeah. Alright, we'll be okay. Let's try. The only thing you can't get without paying real money is the Tenogen stuff, which are some skins made by the community. Yeah, Octavia's fun. +1 loadout slot, +500 daily standing limit, +5,000 daily focus limit, +1 base mod capacity, +50 trace. Okay. Interesting. There's a high chance that I fail. Just so you know.
You have proven your skills with weapons, Tenno. But what of your endurance?
Uh-huh.
Can you survive this onslaught?
Probably not. Where are the orbs? Fuck. Where are the orbs? Wow. I am sucking it up. Where's the timer? Do you see orbs? What am I missing? They don't mean these, do they? No, they don't. I am... Oh, it's been so long. Oh, the struggle is real. Did I read the wrong mastery test or something? Is it just survival? But there's no timer. I'm super confused. Oh, I'm so bad now. I swear to God, what? What? Is that it? It's usually 3 rounds, right? There was no timer. That's weird. It said there was a timer and there wasn't. Maybe they've dumbed it down. Maybe it's too hard. It would be intense, but Octavia's invisible the entire time, so there's literally no chance of failure. They would have to be able to find and shoot you or accidentally shoot your location. I think putting down my ball thing gave them a target, and that actually worked against me. Wait, it says failed. Why does it say failed? Wait, what the fuck just happened? But it says I passed. What the fuck? I don't know what just happened, but I'm not going to say this game is bug-free, because it certainly isn't. But goddamn, that's pretty bad. It's a UI bug? Yeah, I guess it is. So weird. I think the Rubico Prime was the correct weapon for that, simply because there's enemies so far away. So if you go and you clear one section, then you're like, you look back and you have a plenty of room to snipe. It's just that I'm really rusty on the sniping, and I'm not quite used to this mouse yet. I used to be really good at it. But also, I used to play in 1920 by 1080, and right now I'm playing in, as you probably can tell, widescreen, ultra wide. All right, let's switch this back to the Paracesis. By the way, if you want to see something kind of weird and broken, look at the capacity on this thing. It's because you can get infinite capacity on it. So you can like do stupid shit like put the wrong thing in the wrong slot and still have plenty of room to do whatever you want. All right, back to this. Now that we can earn, what do you call it, rank again. Because until you take the test, you can't earn rank. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm 22 now. Yeah, paracesis, I think it comes from the story missions. I believe that's where I got it from. Or it's related to it in some fashion. I don't remember exactly how it worked. Is this really the only defense? There's no survival either. Super annoying. The other options, I could just go do Serious Seaman. This is the one people typically do for resources. Yeah, let's just do this. It does that when you recheck results too? Jesus. That's a pretty serious bug. I would think they would fix that with... It makes me think that there's a lot of spaghetti code in this game because of how long...
The enemy is at our doorstep.
Because of how long it's been in sort of a service situation.
We're immune to this infestation, but they'll still try to kill us.
I wonder if anyone's going to join me. Sometimes if I want to have a partner, I'll just go around and open all the chests before I start. Because it's better to have any partner at all than it is to do it alone.
Hold the line.
I know I can handle 5 waves on my own, but that's not the issue. It doesn't look like I'm going to get a partner, though. Sad. Alright, well, whatever. Let's do it. Hey, sailor. That's an old one. Oh, jeez. Picked up the orb at the worst time. I remember I used to hang up there, and then they made it electrified for some reason. Uh-oh.
We Perrin always collect our debts.
Oh. See, this is why you want to have a partner. In case some shit like this happens. Down. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
Transference still holding.
It wasn't too bad. I guess it happened early enough that it wasn't a big deal. But if that happens in like the very last wave, it can kind of F you up. Who do you want to kill? Oh, you're talking about the troll bat rider? I don't remember those lines. Let's get that first. Get off my coffin! You know what I love? I just realized this. And it's kind of indicative of how they do things. So it's called a Warframe cryopod. But look who's in it. It's a Tenno. Because it used to be called a Tenno cryopod. And you were saving the Tenno. But how come these Tenno are out here and you're deep in some well? I mean, it works, but it's interesting that they renamed it to Warframe Cryopod because they were worried about giving away something. But sometimes just hide things in plain sight works better. Because I never made the connection until you know, I got the reveal. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't want to tell you anymore because I don't want to ruin it. We recently beat Reign of Chaos on normal without building units or structures. I'm just really surprised how easy things get the more proactive you are. Yeah, it is interesting. It's because the AI takes time to build, because you know they're all tuned so that you don't get overwhelmed. I don't think this is going to give me much experience. So I might be wasting my time here. It honestly would be better to just do the Void Fissures, just so I'm opening something while I'm doing stuff. Huh? That was weird. I thought I saw something. Ah.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
No, I can't. That wasn't too bad, actually. I just would rather do it with like a bunch of people and then go like 15 or 30 waves. Still find the last prologue mission pretty tough. Had to juggle a bunch of stasis traps and healing wards or get swarmed. Giant Grant Games? I do know about it. He did a bunch of Warcraft 3 challenges. Found them really impressive. I think I've seen them in the past. Even the Manoroth Blood mission is easy when you realize that AI will move after destroying the outer base and Grom can't just blade storm them. Yeah. Okay, I've been standing for 3 hours. I'm gonna lower my desk. Oh god. I tightened this way too much. Yeah. There we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, it starts to hurt my the back of my foot. I probably have like a bone spur or some shit. I should probably get that checked out. Let me lower chat. Now that I'm not standing, I need it down here so I can glance at it. You get more enemy spawns with more people unless you're running Steel Path, then you get all spawns regardless. Right. Steel Path. I should do this. I haven't done this yet. I haven't done a lot of stuff on that planet though, Deimos. Oh, there's an interception. Nah. Helping Clem. Is there any reason to help Clem? I haven't figured out why I want to do that yet. I could... Let's do some of these and get the... I have to get, for the riven that I've got on this dagger that I want to unlock, I have to get the little doink things on the ground. When the campaign got hard, you just put in, "Who's your daddy?" What? Cheater.
Eliminate all corpus threats.
Your path has led here. Prove yourself, Tenno.
Okay. This is one of those things where the little shit on the ground is more important to me than the mission itself. I just need to not fail, and since it's an exterminate, I don't have to worry about failing. By the way, if anyone has any clue on the where these things are hidden, I suspect that there's like specific spawn locations. And maybe I'm just not aware of them. I love that parry animation. It's a pretty cool maneuver. Ah! Here's one. You see these things? Look at that. It does appear on the map. It looks like a chest. So it's not invisible. It's just annoying.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
No, not a heavy unit. Send a light one. What? Oh. Oh, there he is. I saw a chest I missed. Do you see it? Nope, not here. There. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. Let's see what else we got. Oh. Alright, we have to go this way and come back. Because I missed some stuff outside, and I want to make sure I don't miss a medallion. Okay, whatever. Just down there. It's just Rubido. Here we go. I already got that one. Ouch. No luck. Sometimes there can be like 4 of them in a mission, but usually it tells you. Actually, no, it doesn't. I remember it telling me at some point. Ah. If you clear the chests and there's still a chest image, then it's something you have to pick up. Hot tip. What was that? Oh, it's the security panel. Never mind. What the heck? What is this? Why is it green? Is this something? What does this mean? StarCraft Mass Recall? Is that a user made?
Focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
No! Oh, it took me 2 hits to kill him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oof. I used to be able to hit those. How embarrassing.
I will consider what I have learned from this
Yes! Might actually complete this ribbon today. That's exciting. Oh shit. Exodegrate makes sense. What? The Quaddles in Warcraft 3, what were you guys thinking? Mega overtuned flyers. There's a lot of mega overtuned flyers in Warcraft 3 and TFT. I mean, you should have seen wyverns when they were first kind of put out and we were testing them. It's just the advantage of being able to fly over terrain is so massive. Locked out. Wait, what do I have to do? Ah. Oh my gosh. By the way, the easy way to complete those is just do the outside first. Make sure that makes sense, and then do the inside. If you try to do the inside first, you have no idea where things are supposed to go, so it just doesn't work. Hey. Wait, what? Do you see that? There's a chest in space. What does that mean? Am I missing something? What am I missing here? It must be outside. Where are you? Oh, it's over there. Okay, it's inside. It's inside the outer. It's here. Damn. I feel like that wasn't it, though. And it wasn't. So... Oh. No? How could that be? Alright. I'm just gonna have to give up on that one. It's too clever, whatever it is. Maybe I'll figure it out over here. That is a dead end.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yes! Lucky, lucky, lucky. Warcraft 2 Bloodlust. Warcraft 3 is roar, roar, roar. Warcraft 2 Bloodlust was nightmarish because, well, two main reasons. One, it was super overpowered, like way, way overpowered. And that's just a kind of a fundamental of RTS strategy, is like, if you give someone something that does extreme damage like that, and it lasts as long as it does, the person to attack first always is going to win. Like they have the benefit of being the first person to be doing something. It's the benefit of being the attacker. It's like the problem I have with the psychopath I'm dealing with. Like, he's the one who chooses when to attack, and so I'm always left holding the bag, responding to whatever stupid shit he's done. And then if I retaliate or do anything, he plays the victim. And that's just how he lives his whole life, of being a piece of shit. So it's interesting, but it's a principle that works in RTSs as well. It's like the first attacker always has the benefit because the enemy has to respond. And so it's harder to respond and defend than it is to simply throw your units at something with a big advantage already on them. Oh. Exodus. Whoops. Shit. I didn't tell him to guard, did I? I'm missing something. Oh. Never mind. Okay. First strike advantage like an advanced force. Yes, exactly. What the heck is that? Oh. Oh, it was just a chest. Okay, okay. Yeah! One more. Is there any chance it'll be on this? I guess we'll see. Lockdown. I love these. What a mess. Can't even see what's... Okay. Is someone shooting me? What? God. Alright. There's chests everywhere. Oh my god, we did it. Yeah! Alright. Why do heavy armored units take extra damage from magical attacks, yet some are outright immune? Rock golems, doom guards. Well, rock golem's a special case. That's just a lore thing. That golems are immune to magic. Because they're made by mages. But you would think that would make them more susceptible, wouldn't you? I like the Parazan animations. Oh, we don't need to hunt anymore. Yeah, we're all done. We're all done. Let's get out of here. I mean, it's great and all getting the medallions, but don't need them. It was just for the... Wow, it's right there. So wow, there's 6. Oh, there's 8 on this level? Are you kidding me? Now I kind of want to find all 8. But I don't want to spend the time to do it. What? Today is my day. Kidding me? Ugh. Where did he go? Whatever. I don't need to find the 8th one. It'd be funny if it were right here, though. Probably will be. Huh. This is one of the more unusual ending areas for a map. I haven't seen this one in a while. But I like it. I like the verticality of it. I think humans and blood elves should make up the majority of Death Knights. Well, in War 2, they were orcs. Jaina was able to move a lot of people to Kalimdor because she's an admiral's daughter. Yeah. No one ever questioned how Jaina moved so many refugees. That plus magic, yeah. And plus anyone would listen to Admiral Proudmoore's daughter in terms of, like, it was probably easy for her to commission a fleet all on her own. They would believe her, basically, when she went and said, hey, we're all gonna die. Yeah, that didn't do much for that. Let's see what this ribbon is. Archititron. What? Do I even have this? I do. Let's just have a look at the ribbon real quick. I don't think I even put a... Yeah, I didn't. Crit chance for slide attack and cold. That's not bad. It's just not a weapon I'm interested in. Maybe there's a prime? No, there's no prime for it. Oh well. Alright, let's see. Hey! No. Ooh. I'll just grab whatever then. I haven't read any Discworld books. They've been recommended to me a number of times, but I basically stopped reading books like 10 years ago. I think I read the last book that I like an actual book that I went all the way through. Couldn't tell you why either. Just haven't had time or the inclination. Goblin Zeppelin, yeah, that was voiced by actually one of the engineers. I think he's still there. I think his name was Monty? I don't remember, but exactly. But yeah, it was voiced by someone internal, as opposed to a proper voice actor, I suppose. Don't know if they paid him for it. I don't think so. I'm so wasted. I'm so wasted. Did they take that out? I heard they took that out of WoW or something. Did they remove it from Reforged? Because that's the Dryad call, right? I thought it was hilarious at the time. Monty the Zeppelin guy. Yeah. Why is this mission not starting? What's going on? It's public. Is no one playing? Does everyone hate this or something? What's going on? Super strange. Super strange. They came from behind. Wait, isn't that the dwarven gyrocopter?
To open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
I think that's the dwarven gyrocopter, not the goblin. Oh god damn it, it's an elevator.
We are readying reinforcements.
No. This is dumb when they do this, when they put a frickin' elevator there. Oh, it's so annoying. All the missions that do this are annoying. They, if on Serious Seaman, which is the worst name ever, but they have an elevator there, but if the elevator goes up and you just dive into the hole, it'll teleport you to the top. What is this defense location?
The enemies are reactant. You are going to or reactant if you want to open it.
He sniped him. I can't get anything. Alright, I'll just hang out here then. Why am I glowing? Valkyrie. 2 waves, 4 reactant. Not good, but there should be more spawns later. What would be my favorite Warcraft 3 mod? One where Hyles are super OP, chop Arthas in little pieces, completely annihilate the Scourge, single-handedly stop the Burning Legion. I love the part where Arthas turned mega scumbag and threw his newly hired mercs under the bus. Okay. I guess you're an elf lover. Eight in third wave, not bad. Oh, you like the narrative? Yes, of course. I mean, actually, it's hard to tell these days because there's a lot of Arthas stans who are very frustrating to deal with, who think Arthas did nothing wrong at all, ever, and yeah, it's super. I can't tell if they're trolling me or they actually believe that shit, but. How dumb would this story be if Arthas's turn to villainy was not a turn to villainy, but actually the right thing to do? It wouldn't make any sense. The whole point of that story arc is that he's turning into a villain. He's turning to evil. He's losing his soul. He's making less and less empathetic choices and murdering more and more people who he would consider his friends in his kingdom. Oh, hello. What? Irene? What did you say? I'm playing Warframe live. Oh, what did you like? What would you like to eat? Steak? Steak from where? Because we've never had a good steak, really. Alright, I'll find something. I'll order right after this mission. Okay. Got it. Damn.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle
Yeah, the whole Arthas comes home scene is awesome because of that arc where he slowly turns to villainy, from mission to mission, slowly turning to villainy. And it's so annoying to me that people think he did nothing wrong, because it's dumb. It's dumb to think that. Not every Blizzard game has a corruption storyline, but a lot of them do. I know that on the Warcraft side, it was primarily Metzen dealing with his past issues with drugs and things, and that stuff was coming out in the story, so that was intentional. I couldn't tell you why Blizzard North also had corruption in the storylines, but Metzen also had influence over the Diablo stuff, so it's not surprising, not that surprising. Right, but even Arthas knew that killing everyone wouldn't stop the undead plague. He was being rash. He wasn't thinking it through, because in reality, what would really happen? Like, the dead bodies would rise from their grave. So it's not. Even if you burn them, they have burning skeletons and everything. Maybe he didn't know that part exactly yet, but he could have had a clue if he'd spent any time thinking about it. But he didn't. And that's his character flaw. That's the whole point of the character, is he rushes to act He doesn't think through the consequences of his actions. He doesn't think about who could be harmed by what he's doing. He doesn't think it through. That is his flaw. That's why he's chosen by the Lich King. And it's spelled out so strongly in the story. Like, one of the first things that happens is Uther telling him, you know, we can't act rashly, calm down. Like, it's in mission 1. We have to see what's going on. And then what does Arthas do? He leaps into action. And in that case, it works out, but the fight is supposed to be purposefully hard to show you that if you had waited for Uther, you know, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. But then you might have lost a few people. So he learns the wrong thing there because it worked out that time. But when it comes to the culling of Stratholme, he definitely does the wrong thing, and that's the whole point of the goddamn story. That's the arc. And yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's literally just spelled out hardcore throughout each mission in increasing progression. Don't let your bloodlust overwhelm you and strike with great vengeance. If Arthas is saying the strike with great vengeance part, yes. That's effectively what was going on. Those Arthas stands still comment on my short every once in a while. It's really irritating because I either give up on explaining things or I go into it again with like the millionth person, but none of them read the other comments, so they refuse to see that I've already answered the question, A, and then B, there's a whole video on the topic that they aren't watching. They're just watching the short where I said, if you think that he did nothing wrong, you need to seek help because you might be a psychopath. And the irony is that I did a post where I said, hey, take this psychopathy test and tell me what you think about Arthas in the Culling of Stratholme. And it's skewed so heavily that psychopaths agreed with what Arthas did that it's like undeniable that like it is actually a sign of psychopathy to believe that he did nothing wrong. I mean, logically speaking, I don't know if it's... I mean, they could have been trolling. It's possible there's a lot of trolls, but it's just Jesus. And I sort of dropped it. Like, I was going to do like a whole video on, look, here it is. Here's the evidence. But I thought better of it because they're not going to listen anyways. It's not going to change anything. Oxium. Wait, did I miss some? I did. Wait, what happened? Who is shooting me? What the hell? This is the longest I've gone to try and kill. It sucks that that spawned right at the end there, because it just adds all this extra dumb time. It's irritating. Alright, we're on wave 10. Wait. Okay. My issue with Arthas is he wins way too much. I would have had it where it was more of a struggle to overcome the Lord Arm and Cold loss. Well, the missions aren't supposed to be easy. Like, and it's difficult to... You can't really have him lose story-wise while constantly winning mission-wise. That's difficult to do in an RTS without it feeling kind of broken. It's kind of a limitation of the genre, I would say. But, you know, I don't agree that it should have been a good, pretty strong struggle, but I just think it was a struggle if you're new to it, because I don't know, RTSs are hard. Cronin Prime. I'll take 5 of those. God. I'm gonna wait and see. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Objective is secure. Let's go home.
You had a troll argue that your Bursa extraction UI bug is okay. It was a human error. Well, that's dumb. It's very obviously not a good user experience, and therefore it is effectively wrong. It's not like it provides an extra challenge or blah blah blah. It's literally hidden knowledge that no one could really know until they experience a very, very bad situation. So you can tell them that a 24-year game designer told them that he's wrong and should shut up and go to school, because he's probably 12. You want an RTS story that has branching paths depending on if you win or lose? I would like that too, and in fact we had early discussions on that about that for Warcraft 3. Ultimately it was decided that it would be too much work because you would have to create these branches and then you have to create missions for all those branches. But I think it's more doable these days, and there's ways to branch the story without necessarily branching the missions in certain situations. So if Asmongold said he'd be happy to have me on, I've offered twice to him. I've messaged him on Twitter and I've tried to mail him, and I emailed his company, and I've not received a response in any of those fronts. So either he's hiding and doesn't actually want to do it and he just said that to seem like he's more fair, or I have no idea. But the offer is there. I'm willing to talk to anyone in case that hasn't been obvious. And in particular, I want to clear the air on that one because I feel like he's missed some fundamental stuff and remembers Warcraft 3 wrong. And which is funny because his stupid group of monkeys will come to my channel and claim that I'm misremembering, and it's like, no, no, I'm not. So yeah, give him the silent treatment. It's always better. If you poke at the bear, then the bear just is happy that he's being poked because it tickles his tummy or whatever the hell. Oh, I've got to order food. 1 second. This actually looks pretty good. I guess I'll try it. Okay, I'm over ordering now. I'm hungry, so I'm just ordering everything on the menu. Don't do that. Shoot. Okay, definitely overspending here. Maybe I can delete one of these. No, I really want it. I'm taking it. Dry aged beef filet mignon. She asked for steak. I hope it's really good for what I'm paying. I guess we'll see. I really dislike when games do the win, fight, lose, and cutscene anyways. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. It's always frustrating, and sometimes it's almost unavoidable if you're working within a story that you have to follow. But the way I see those is like those should be done as what I call attrition missions. They're missions where you're losing the whole way, and it's like you're just holding on to parts of things. I just don't like to do them timed. And it's very difficult to do in an RTS where you have to build structures and things because you're constantly being forced back and like losing everything that you built, and it's really frustrating. It can feel like a total grind. And then how do you ultimately lose if you're losing anyway at the end? It doesn't make sense narratively, so I don't think that's a problem I've fully solved, but I also haven't fully thought it out. Total War Shogun 2. Yeah, it's too bad you didn't catch it when they were on sale, but the Total Warhammer? How do you say that? Total War Warhammer? That's awkward. Total Warhammer. Those were free on the Epic Store at one point. So it's too bad you missed it. If you don't watch the Epic Store, watch the Epic Store. They put crazy shit on sale there. I really hate timed missions in RTSs. They are the worst. I'm always up for interviews about game design. Yeah, I've done interviews on anything. I'm not shy. And I don't have any biases, so I don't care what do you call it? I don't care what their modus operandi on there. They can come on, I can go onto a show and they can be there to ambush me, and I think I can work through it and sort of get to whatever the main issue is. I think that's kind of what happened with Pepkin Pippa, in terms of it kind of felt like she was trying to ambush me or like get me to go back on the whole Arthas thing, but she was speaking from ignorance on the topic, so it was kind of a little bit frustrating. I don't know who was feeding her the lines on that particular issue, but I think I held my own. Hard to say. Interesting story concept. Instead of Arthas murdering his father, give him a brother. Have his brother murder his father. Arthas comes back to Lordaeron and kills his brother. I mean, that's a different story. The point of Arthas was that he was committing patricide, that he was taking over the kingdom, and that all of his talk of like, you know, I'm doing this for my people and whatever is kind of bullshit, and was actually really about taking over. That's kind of the point of the story. So, I mean, that story is done and over with. It is as it was done, and we can all move on now. Huh. Just flat out resistance. 60% too. It's interesting. Let's just toss this in there for now. I haven't even used this yet. Interesting. All right. Only 5 more levels to go, so it shouldn't be too much harder. I just need to check on something here. Don't mind that. Oh, still not. Okay. You don't like the story arc because then he doesn't turn evil and he stays goody two shoes. Kinda, yeah. But he was never really a goody two shoes. Like, I think that's what people miss about the story of Arthas, is that he actually had it in him the whole time. It was always there. And it was just the circumstances that changed. He would have been a bad king regardless. Thrones of War, Game of Craft. What? Maybe if he liked his brother and had some internal conflict about killing him. Again, it's a different story. It's a different story. There's no point in speculating about that. I really hate this mission. Surely there's something else. That one sucks too. Alright. Just nothing good. Alright, we'll take it, I guess. But, you know, I would encourage you to take these story ideas and run with it. Write your own narrative about your own characters. That's how you practice creating good story arcs and things like that. Oh, sun's actually setting. The only reason he'd be a bad king is because when he becomes undead, he loses chaos damage. Yeah. All right. That's an interesting take. Wow, it won't let me skip. Ah, jeez. Why don't people open these?
Keep fighting, Tenno. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics.
Oh. Wait. For real? Ugh, God, I hate this mission. Wow. Just the worst. Just the frickin' worst. Hey, PCA. Things are fine, I guess.
Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Boy. That was never elaborated on until he picked up Frostmourne. I mean, sure, it was hinted at that he could be troublesome with the culling of Stratholme, but it was clearly shown Arthas had little choice. Little choice that his pride could swallow. Yeah. That's not the case. I would encourage anyone who feels that way to play the missions again And pay particular attention in mission 1 and 2, where he's being warned about the Paladin way and then ignores it and does what he wants. Because that's the real Arthas right there. That was the early story indicators that he wasn't exactly kingly material. That he was going to be problematic in the future. And it's on purpose. It's not like an accident. It's there for a reason. You know, there's no wasted words. And it surprises me that people still miss this, you know? I guess, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I was there for development of it, but it's just narrative-wise, it's just there. It's there. You can see it. You could have not played the kindergarten D-measuring contest with Morganis. I mean, among many other things in that mission, I mean, it starts with him going, "Oh, look, those 4 people at the entrance to this town, they're plagued. Therefore, the entire town must be plagued. Rather than investigate further, let's kill everyone." That's the opener for that mission, which should be a strong indicator that he's kind of gone to the dark side already. Like, would you think that way? Like, and that this is where the psychopathy test that I gave people comes into play. There are people who think that way, and as a result, Shadowstalker, great. Where is he? Damn. Ugh. This entire city must be purged. To be fair, they were infected. No, they weren't all infected. That's the thing. You can see the ones who weren't infected in the aftermath of that. I don't know how people miss that either. Like, who's burning their corpses? What do they import villagers from another town? No. Those are the people who were there who were not infected. Or maybe they were infected still. And I mean, ultimately that town did fall. So anyways, it's tiresome to talk about it so much, because I've already made every argument under the sun over and over and over and over again, and still people are like, no, I'm just gonna ignore all that and say that you're wrong. I'm like, well, I made the level, so you can say I'm wrong, but it doesn't make me wrong. You can have your own headcanon where Arthas did nothing wrong, but that just makes you a dangerous psychopath at this point. Like, well, it's not real. And like, okay, that's fine. It's not real. But you're saying you would do the same in that same situation. Therefore, you tell me if you would want to have that person. Would you trust that person to watch your children, for example? Like, your kid's coughing. Sorry, I had to kill him. What the fuck? Whoops. I love how much they let you recover in this game. Yeah, I mean, the correct choice at the given time the correct choice at the given time, I think, would have been to tell Uther, look, we see the plagued grain. We have to be able to stop the plague here, or it's going to spread further. Like, if that's what he really believed. And instead, he accuses him of treason. Like, how dare you disobey my command? Like, he's just totally playing the authoritarian monarch at that point. Because that's kind of who he is at the end of the day. He's like, you got to respect my crown or else. The only person he asks forgiveness from at that time is his father. Forgive me for what I must do. Implying that it is something he has to do, A, to begin with, and B, the only person he really cares about the opinion of is his father, who he considers the complete authority of the land at the time. He has no respect for the people, their will, what are their choices. He completely takes away the agency of everyone in that town, which is, in my opinion, the worst crime of all. Because he doesn't even give them the option to try and run or to find a path to living.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
I liked Uther's reservedness, yeah. I guess it also would have depended on how fast the plague was spreading in the city, but then again, Arthas never bothered to check. Exactly. An investigation could have been opened. He could have been like, Jaina, we have to find out what's going on. You know, how fast is this plague spreading? This is our opportunity to figure out what we can do. What are the options? But he's not that person. He's not even-tempered enough to think through that kind of thing. He needs to act. He needs to respond immediately. And which is why I think, ironically enough, people who do React content like Asmongold think that he was doing the correct thing. He's like, yeah, he reacted. He did the right thing. He immediately saw a way to resolve the situation and took it. Like, it's almost poetic in that it's like they do React content, so they just react to things all day long. And then then Arthas sort of becomes their hero because he's reacting immediately to everything. It's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Did I teach these people this? By having, like, I mean, not me, but like Chris Metzen, I think, in this regard. But the whole point of it is that Arthas is tragic in that he doesn't think things through. Like, that's the whole point. It's tragedy. It's not supposed to be good. You're not supposed to... You can sympathize, but you shouldn't empathize. You shouldn't be like, yeah, that's how I would be in that situation. I don't know. It's complicated. Delves into psychology and stuff, which I'm not really qualified to discuss. But seriously, someone should write a paper on this. Someone in psychology with a psychology major should write a paper on this, because it's an interesting topic. And I'm not joking. I actually think that this could be someone's thesis for getting their master's in psychology. It's sort of going through why people empathize with Arthas rather than sympathize with him. And it seems to be a growing trend. And I have this deep-seated fear, I'm not sure if it's unfounded or not, that maybe I played some part in what I see as the society becoming more psychopathic, more narcissistic, and less empathetic. And I wonder if some of the games that I've worked on helped build that. Like, is it... Like, I don't know. Definitely I hope I'm giving myself way too much credit in that regard, but it's hard not to see the connection there. The warning has been given. The fate is now their own. Yep. That does make an interesting character conundrum. Make a character who isn't a walking Greek tragedy, or make a character like Anakin or Arthas. Yeah. It's also this weird determinism, since Kel'Thuzad says the Lich King has been ogling and grooming Arthas. Well, that's the thing. We don't know that side of it, or it's not explained very well in the story, but the missions are the grooming. Like, that's how he's being groomed. What subtle influences he might have had on his mind before that, it's difficult to say. And I don't really know. Because I haven't read the books. But I know someone told me that in the books, like, it's even more spelled out that it's wrong. That it's an act of villainy as opposed to one of mistake or misbegotten heroism. So, I don't know. There's no part of it where you could go like, totally the right thing to do, blah, blah, blah. There's just no way. You have to ignore so much for that to be the case. Who is killing these guys from a million miles away? That is so annoying. Ah, itchy. Damn it. Okay. It's society in general. I hope so. But then again, I hope not. What is the Lich King anyways? I never saw it. A ghost? A revenant? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't think it was determined at the time of Warcraft 3 what exactly he was supposed to be. I think it's one of those things where Metzen had a kind of was like, ah, it's Narzul, but there's like something behind it. And then he just hadn't defined what that was yet. I think that's probably what it was. I mean, the physical body of the Lich King at that time was Narzul. But there's something else that's going on there for sure. It's not just Narzul, so I don't know if Metzen. Oh, fucked that up. I don't know if Metzen knew exactly what that was at the time. I think maybe he did, but if he did, I didn't get a good grasp of it, or maybe he didn't. Either he didn't know or he didn't tell us enough about it for me to know anything. So, as far as I was concerned, it's Narzul. He's the Lich King. But obviously that's not the case anymore. I actually don't even know what the current story is, to be honest with you. I don't consider World of Warcraft canon anymore. Anything past Cataclysm, I just ignore. Because most of it, honestly, just doesn't make any sense to me. And based on some reactions, maybe to other people too. Delay. Hello. All right. From an evolutionary standpoint, we humans haven't yet adapted to a global view on things. That's true. And it's sad. I need the Venka. No, I don't need the Venka. I have the Venka. I guess I'll go with this. I'm going to wait and see what they want to do. Okay. Oh. Change your mind? Change your mind? Okay, change your mind. Whew. I heard they retconned Mirrodin dying to Frostborn and he just fainted. Yeah, that was a retcon after the fact. He was supposed to be dead at the time. Or at least that's how I remember it. You know, you gotta remember, my memory is maybe not the best, so. The moment you worry about the entire world, eventually people's capacity for empathy would stretch. I don't think it doesn't have to be that way. I think once we there's an interesting phenomenon when you go into space, and if you look for there's a William Shatner interview, but when you go into space and you see the Earth from there, it actually kind of rewires your brain, because all the stupid petty shit on Earth reminds you, like, seeing Earth from that distance and how small and fragile it looks sort of is like a cognitive trick to give you perspective you wouldn't otherwise have. And it kind of shows you that, oh, Jesus. Shit. It shows you that you know, life is so much more fragile than you might think. And once people go into space and see that and experience that, it changes their worldview, and they stop worrying so much about being right and other people being wrong, and they start focusing on how can we work together. It's a really interesting phenomenon, and I think that someone should create a very realistic VR experience of that, because maybe without the expense of having to go into space yourself, people could sort of get that same evocation of emotion and recognition. It's an interesting thought experiment, just to think about it on your own as well. Whoops. That's a trick to get it to go faster. You can kill those things before they fall, rather than have to wait for them. No, I've not been to outer space, no. I'm saying there's a William Shatner interview. That's where I'm getting this from. But in terms of my own empathy for my fellow man, that sort of comes from a lot of world travel, I would say, at this point. I wasn't always this way. I used to be a much more selfish American, I would say. And it wasn't until I'd sort of been to a few places that I kind of understood that my American worldview was maybe a bit broken. And now I care very much about other people, but it sort of puts me at odds with how the world works. At least right now. Because most people just look out for themselves, and as a result, if you run into the wrong person who's just looking out for themselves, you're going to get kind of screwed. They'll take advantage of you, is basically what I'm saying. Or in the case of what I'm dealing with right now, the person who I was trying to put in prison for being like an abject criminal who abuses his own daughter and even people in school. He's a teacher, and he's been fired multiple times for the same reason, which is touching children too much. So you can guess what that means. But because the schools don't want to lose face, they don't want to be the school that hired that guy, they refuse to do anything about it because he causes legal problems for them. And if they just all unite together, they would see that they could stop him. But instead, they play to his strength, which is attacking individuals who attack him and playing the victim. So it's a very frustrating thing I'm trying to deal with now, and it's actually getting me in trouble. Even though my goal was to do the right thing. To put a criminal in jail. And now I'm the one who might end up in jail. Fun. No good deed goes unpunished. Remember that. Yeah, it is a minefield. I never thought you'd hit philosophical strides during Warframe. Warframe's a very philosophical game. It's like the game itself does a lot of things where you're sort of questioning who you are. Like, who am I in this world? What is my purpose? And I haven't gotten to some of the newer story elements, but I've heard there's some new twists. Those some people didn't like them, but I don't know what they are yet, so I can't comment yet. What the heck? Ah, damn it. Every time. Ah! I hate you. It's cool in concept, but in execution, that's awful. They should have some sort of check where they don't do that when it's the last thing that's going to happen in the mission. Like, I don't know if it's random, actually. Maybe it's done on purpose. Like, the final wave, and they thought it would be cool, but it just ends up being super annoying. It's one of those things where design intent gets skewed by how the game is actually played. That must be the slowest thing you could do. Let me kill things. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello. Got a whole army on this bridge. There was a story about a Utah executive that got caught with CP. Yee. I love how fast you can be in this game. Yeah, when you're really into it, like, I mean, I'm a shadow of my former self, but when I was playing like 10 hours a day, I was doing shit like bulleting to walls and then sniping shit from a mile away. And I used to be really good at headshots. Like, every mission at the end, it would be like most headshots. It would be me with like 50 to 100. But I don't know. I've fallen out of practice. No. Damn it. Frog jump. These shields. What? Oh. Oh, it's the Bursa. I don't want to reenact your bug. Because that was wave 15. Could have been bad. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against tragedy used as an element to enhance a story. I just don't like it when tragedy becomes the whole focus. That's why we have to be moral and vigilant, raising the standard of living and improving humanity as a whole. Yes! Glad you get that. A lot of people don't. They'll be like, socialism! Bullshit! Oh. Okay, looks like we're done today. And my food's on its way, so good timing. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I've got a video premiering in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, in a couple hours. So if you could go to my channel and just put the notification on, I would much appreciate it. The video will be about the games that I've worked on. It's the first 10 questions of that section, so might be interesting, might not. But I talk about Oddworld, and I know when you were a fan of Stranger's Wrath, and I talk about what happened at the end of Stranger's Wrath and things like that, and what Lorne Landing was like to work with. The moment society can look inward, when we can understand ourselves and how to better ourselves, that is when real progress is made. I agree, absolutely. A small spark can light the biggest flame. I like to think that, but the older I get and the more I try, the worse I feel about it, and the less I seem to be successful in getting other people to think in that way. And it doesn't mean I'm going to give up, but I have to be careful about what I devote my attention to in regards to trying to help better humanity. Because some things just don't work and just get you in trouble. And it's hard not to go full vigilante when you hit that brick wall of the system, stopping progress. It's hard not to want to just go full vigilante. But if you do, then you're the criminal. And if you look throughout history, it's always those rebels, those people fighting against the system, who are labeled as the bad guys, like in Star Wars. Oh dear. We each have our role to play. Yeah. I just need my role to last long enough that I get my daughters to 18 so that I don't feel bad. All right, guys, I do have to go. Please go to my channel and get ready for the premiere. I'll be there to answer more questions and things like that. But I hope you enjoyed this little I don't know what to call this, fun foray into psychology and so forth as I played Warframe. And if you like it, make sure to like this, and if you're not subscribed and all that good stuff. We discover magic and learn how to make computers and bullets obsolete. Then we shall conquer all. Well, I look forward to that day. All right, guys, I gotta go. Thanks for coming by. Talk to you later. Good morning, and if I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.